Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another RV Travel Dad video. Today I wanted to talk about some modern marvels. When you think of modern marvels, obviously we all can recognize the Hoover Dam, the Erie Canal, the interstate system that we all use to tow our RVs onto our campgrounds. And of course, who can deny those hot dogs with the cheese built into them? That's probably the greatest marvel of all time. But there's also another one that I really enjoy when camping that I thought I'd talk to you all about, and I thought maybe there was a way to improve upon it. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about and see what you all think. All right, y'all, here it is, the modern marvel y'all have been waiting on, the propane fire pit. We love our propane fire pit. It's actually come in real handy for us as campers. We live in the South, so there's a lot of burn bans that happen here throughout the year. And a lot of times you aren't able to have a traditional campfire, but these are still allowed anywhere that you could use, like say a propane grill. So it just runs off of a propane tank. And there's your fire pit. Chair set up there, nice and comfy. Now, the only thing that I do not like about propane fire pits is they don't put off the same amount of heat that you're going to get from a traditional fire. That's not always a bad thing because, like I said, in the South, where we live in the South, sometimes it can be a little warm. You don't want the heat of the fire, but you do like the ambiance of a campfire, sitting around with friends, hanging out, and just enjoying the campfire. Also, the traditional campfire, you guys know as well as I do, it doesn't matter where I go, the smoke is going to find me there, and I'm sure it's no different for y'all. So this is a smokeless option that doesn't leave you smelling like campfire smoke at the end of the night. Doesn't make your clothes stink. It doesn't stink up the rest of the camper. I'll admit, there's times I like the smell of a campfire, but afterwards, once it's all in your clothes, it's not as great. So this is a video I wanted to see if I could maybe improve upon the heat distribution of this propane fire pit. We're about to head out for Thanksgiving, and it's going to be a little chilly in the evenings, and I like to use this fire pit, but I'd like to get a little more heat out of it. So let's see if we can't figure out a way to improve upon that. All right, y'all. So before I start anything, I wanted to make sure that I was testing everything out to see if I'm actually making a difference or not. So I'm not sure if I will or not, so let's take a couple measurings. We already did the measuring before we even lit the fire pit. Let me show you guys that. All right, so here we are before we light the propane fire pit or do anything with it. I just wanted to kind of get a control. I've got the lawn chair set up, and I put the lid of the fire pit on top of it to just kind of serve as like a reflective surface or something for my thermometer to pick up off of. So let's measure and see what our temperature is before we do anything with it. Looks like we are reading about 65, oops, 65 degrees before we do anything. And now here we are with the fire pit. It's been running for a little while. I have not moved the lawn chair. The reflector is still in the same place that it's always been. The fire itself is obviously very hot. We are looking at, oops, let me get right on the, oh, there we go, I got a rock. Like 700 degrees at the fire. Now let's take a look at our reflector on the lawn chair. And it's gone up a few degrees, 68 I'd say, so not a huge difference from where we were when we started before the fire. All right, y'all. So let me explain kind of what I got going on, or what my thought process was here. They do make commercially made heat deflectors that go over these propane fire pits. They're supposed to deflect the heat and keep you warm. However, those commercial versions are about $200 if you buy them online. I got to looking at them and I thought, well, you know, there isn't much to them. So what I was looking at, what I bought here off Amazon is a pizza plate. This is a 20-inch pizza plate. And then I got these pin legs that I'm going to figure out how to put around on my here. I believe these are 18 or 20-inch pin legs. I can't remember which I bought, but I'll put a link down in the description of everything that I did. Hopefully this works out. But I think if I put these together on here, that I should be able to put it over the fire pit and basically do the same thing that heat deflector is doing for $200, all for $40 is basically what I spent on this. So let me see if I can do it. The things that you're going to need is, of course, the pizza plate, the pin legs, which were both bought off Amazon. Then I have a 15/64 drill bit and some assorted nuts and bolts here that I'm going to use just to hold the legs on there. So let me get started and see what it looks like. Also forgot to add that you might need a Sharpie pen. So I basically put the pin legs kind of in the general idea of where I think they should go. And then I'm just going to take this Sharpie pen and mark where each of these holes are. I'm going to come back here with the drill bit and drill through here so that the holes are going through so that I can attach the legs. All right, y'all, here we are at the finished product. So let's take it over to the fire pit and make sure that it fits and is going to work. Okay, so here's where I came up with. It isn't exactly what I had hoped for. I had wanted the legs to go on the outside of the fire pit, but with the diameter of the pizza pan that I bought, it's not quite wide enough to do that. However, they do sit fairly nice and snug inside the fire pit, and that might actually work okay. So we're going to try it. If I had to do over again, I'd probably try to find a little wider pizza pan so that I could get it up a little... so I could put the legs around the fire pit. However, this might work okay because I think that these legs that I have might have been a little bit too short as well if it would have gone around the fire pit. So let's see if there's any temperature difference now. All right, y'all. So I've had this going for a little while now. Got the thermometer back out. Let's see if we've made a difference over here. Look at that. Quite a substantial difference. So I can definitely feel it. I can tell you that. I think that this is going to actually work. So mission accomplished. All right, you guys. So I'm actually pretty pleased with how that turned out. What do you guys think? Is that something that you'd be interested in doing yourself? Like I said, they make these commercially. They're super expensive though. They're about $200. And on this channel and in my life personally, I'm just all about saving money anywhere that I can. So I think that actually serves the purpose. If I had to do over again, I'd definitely use, I think, a wider pizza pan. The other thing I might try is putting some sort of handle on top of it to make it easier to lift off once it's hot or whatnot for the night. I think that you could probably put like your cup of coffee on top or something like that. Also, the nice thing that I think that is nice about this is I think that I can use it in the summertime as well, even if I'm not using a fire. It's super easy to use as a little end table or whatnot when you're out sitting around your campsite. So multi-purpose. So thank you guys so much. I hope that this is something that you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you'd like to see more stuff like this, and I'll see what I can do. Thank you guys again.